Hello dear traders, welcome to InstaForex TV channel. You are watching the weekly link up with me, Tahmina Salomova. We are going to discuss the ongoing situation on Forex with technical analyst Petr Vukimovich and forecast for the moves of popular trading instruments. At the end of the week, the euro is holding the upper hand over the US dollar. The euro gains momentum thanks to the weaker greenback. Hi Petr, when do you expect downward correction of the most popular currency pair?
Hello dear traders. On the euro versus US dollar, according to the 4-hour time frame, I found basically there is a key resistance zone where the price is right now. Let's say around the price of 1.1682. There is a strong Fibonacci expansion from the most recent swings, and that is a Fibonacci expansion 100%. So there is also a very key swing high and key resistance zone around 1.1730. So in my opinion, you should watch for selling opportunities as long we stay below the 1.1730. So I expect a lower price, and the downward target is at the price of 1.1530, which is basically the swing low, the key swing low, watching the previous background in the previous few days. So again, since the price is trading near the resistance zone, resistance cluster, buying at this around this area looks risky. But if you see the breakout of the 1.1730 and a continuation, then you should watch for buying opportunities. But for now, watch for selling opportunities due to this again resistance cluster zone where the euro USD is trading right now.
The pound sterling is also developing a rally against its American counterpart. The sterling finds support from positive news about the Brexit talks. Could you please share your outlook on the pound-dollar pair?
On the British pound versus US dollar, what I found according to a 4-hour time frame is that this currency pair, in my opinion, went into the big overbought condition. I found the potential creation of the rising wedge according to a 4-hour time frame, and the price is about to stop from going higher. And there is also projected upward trend line, and the price exactly stopped at that projected upward diagonal and upward trend line, which acting like resistance. In my opinion, the best thing to do on the British pound versus US dollar is to wait for potential breakout of the rising wedge, or actually of the lower diagonal of this rising wedge. If you see the valid breakout, a successful retest, watch for selling opportunities on this currency pair, and watch for selling opportunities and downward target at the 1.2900. What I also found is that stochastic is building the hidden bearish divergence, so that is another sign of the weakness and potential reversal on this currency pair. Again, since I found that there is an overbought condition on the British pound versus US dollar and the rising wedge creation, watch for the breakout rising wedge, and then watch for selling opportunities on British pound versus US dollar.
Let's discuss assets which entirely depend on external factors. This week, the yen has been losing ground against the US dollar. As a result, the dollar-yen pair is following the upward trajectory for long. Petr, we would be glad to listen to your comments.
On the USD versus Japanese yen, there is a very interesting situation right now, and I found a very big head and shoulders, inverted head and shoulder formations. It's a bullish pattern basically, and there is a successful breakout of the neckline. I marked on the chart the neckline. There is a very clean breakout of this neckline, which suggesting basically that there is a weakness on the Japanese yen. And since there is it was about 30 days that this head and shoulders took to create, and finally the price managed to go above the neckline. The upward target is set the price of 113.15. This is basically the swing high of the previous price action. And with the projection of this head and shoulders formation is even higher, so you can watch, if you see the breakout of 113.15, then watch for targets at 113.50 and potentially 140 level. Again, very interesting situation, successful breakout of neckline. Watch for any dip, watch for any retracement, and then watch potential buying opportunities on this currency pair.
Traders rush to buy risky assets in the second half of the trading week. Meanwhile, the Australian versus American dollar pair is still trading lower. Petr, do you think the AUC will be able to win back losses against the US dollar in the near future?
On the Australian dollar versus US dollar, I found basically a very steady downward channel, which is basically the price is trading inside of this downward channel for days and for weeks. and this is a strong downward momentum on this currency pair. Now, my advice is absolutely to watch for selling opportunities, potential continuation of this downward trend, since there is no any indication for any reversal on this currency pair. So any selling after the rally, selling on the rallies looks like a very good thing on this currency pair. And 0.7, for example, 240 is a good resistance level where you can watch for selling opportunities. The downward target is set at the price of 0.6875, which is the Fibonacci expansion 100% of the most recent swing. So watch for selling opportunities and go with a trend on Australian dollar versus US dollar.
Thank you, Peter, for your trading recommendations. See you next week. You have watched the Linkup on InstaForex TV channel with me, Tahmina Salomova, and Peter Yakimovic, technical analyst of InstaForex office in Serbia. We wish you gainful trading and nice weekend.